So welcome to statistics, and let's go ahead and start lecturing today with section 1.1, what is statistics? Because wait, what is statistics? This is what we're studying, but what is it made up of? Well, really, it's a kind of long run-on sentence definition that I chose to kind of break up into parts so it looks a little bit easier to understand, and then each part of the definition will have more meaning. Now remember, as I'm going over these notes, I'm expecting you to be listening. Pause when you need to write, and then play again. I'll do my best I can to give you a break for pausing the video, but there's probably not enough time to write along as I'm talking. So we're going to go ahead and begin by defining statistics. So statistics is the science of planning, studies, and experiments. So in terms of this planning and studying, like if I was going to give an example, I might say, let's create a questionnaire. This is where you would have paused and then hit resume play. Okay, so I've got this questionnaire that I've created, and now I'm ready to obtain data. So how do I go about doing that? Well, in this case, if I'm using my questionnaire, I'm just going to go out and give my questionnaire, like let's say to this stats class. Pause. Okay, you're back, and I'll stop doing that after this one. So now I've created a questionnaire, I've given it to my students, but what do I do with that? I've gotten some data, and now I'm ready to organize that data, and there's a whole bunch of different ways to organize it, and we'll talk about that in chapter 2. But in this example, I would perhaps tally the data. So I've got my data all lumped in some form, and from there I can present and summarize what I have found by this organized data. In this example, I'm going to say that maybe I draw a graph that visually shows you what's going on, but also, let's say I'm going to state that 3 out of 4 students bring their book to class. So now I've got this information, and I'm ready to analyze and interpret that data. So 3 out of 4 students brought their books to class. What does that mean? So in this particular example, I might decide to lecture referencing page numbers. So I've decided to lecture referencing page numbers, but I also need to make some sort of conclusion about this data, about that decision. So, keeping with this particular definition, I've decided that following the book creates a better connection with lecture notes.